In this video, I'm going to be talking about an update to my Nintendo Wii U collection. A few years ago, I put together a video on my Nintendo Wii U collection. I had completed the set at the time, and it was really great. Wii U is one of my favorite systems. Well, I've taken that collection one step further, and what I've done is I've installed every single game on a 2 terabyte hard drive. Actually, it's a 4 terabyte hard drive. With the Wii U, you're restricted to 2 terabytes of storage. So 4 terabyte USB drive plugged into the back of a Wii U USB port. And what we were able to do, we were able to install every single physical game onto the Wii U hard drive, and we can access all of those from the gamepad. So I'm just going to hold this up here so you guys can see. And essentially what we have here is, I can scroll through these pages. This is the entire physical Wii U library. So here we can see, if we just scroll through a little bit, you can see Splinter Cell, Splatoon, Sonic Lost World, All Stars Racing, Rise of the Lyric, Sonic Boom. And we can just see we have every single game on here, which is awesome. This also has all the DLC content. In fact, if I pull up settings, we'll just go in data management real quick, kind of show you what it looks like. Now, I do have plans to also try to get all of the eShop titles installed on here. Once we get this up, we'll be able to see how much storage the physicals are actually consuming. But with the eShop just getting shut down recently for the 3DS and the Wii U, I definitely want to try to get all of those loaded on here as well. There were some digital-only releases for the Wii U, so we definitely want to get those on here. So if we do copy, move data. Alright, so here we can see our NAND memory. We got 24 gigs free, so this is a 32 gig unit. And then we can actually go in there. There's really no games installed on the NAND other than, so this was the original Wind Waker unit. So we do have Hyrule Hysteria on there. And then we've got some DLC content for Wind Waker, Super Smash Bros., Mario Kart 8, and Pokken Tournament. Now, full disclaimer, this is a soft-modded Wii U. So both the VWii portion and the Wii U portion are soft-modded. That allows us to install the games to the hard drive. So here we can see this is a 4 terabyte hard drive, which had 2 terabytes available. We still have 1.1 terabytes available on this. So we've got every single game installed, all the DLC packs, again, physical release only. So once this gets opened up here, I'm not expecting the digital to consume probably, if I had to guess, I would say maybe 250 to 300 gigabytes. So we'll have plenty of space. We should have plenty of space for the digital titles. Again, games that were physical and digital, I'm only leaving the physical copy on there. The digitals will mainly be those small titles that get those digital only releases. But here, if we scroll through here, we can see all of the games. So we got Zumba, and here you can see the storage. So like Zumba's using 12 gigabytes, Just Dance 2019 is using 14 gigs. And so if we look in here, the core game's 14 gigs, and then there's also the update pack, which is 222 megabytes. And so you will see some DLC if we scroll over to find a DLC game. Like Pokken Tournament. Again, update data of 267. Let me see if we have... See if I can find Super Smash Bros. Here. Here's Mario Maker. Let's go to that one. So here you can see Mario Maker. The game itself is 842 megabytes. Our update data is 193. So again, we're able to get all that content on here. And so if I get back to the home screen, and we'll just go ahead and launch one real quick. I'll just kind of show you guys what it's like. Again, this is just like you downloading it from the eShop. If you had bought a digital copy of the game, let's say you bought a digital copy of Wind Waker, it would install to the NAND, or you can install it to the hard drive, and then you can launch it directly off of this. Now with the homebrew side of things, you can actually also install GameCube games and Wii games the same way. Wii gets kind of iffy because the Wii controllers, the Wii Motion, is intended to be used in the VUE mode. However, what I have noticed is that the GameCube games work spectacular. Just as an example, I installed Need for Speed Underground. I took the GameCube game and mapped it to, essentially converted it to a Wii U installable title, which you can do on the computer. If you have the ISO file for the GameCube game, install it on here, and it essentially acts like a Switch or a 3DS, where it's a handheld, play the full game using the analog sticks, the D-pad, and your buttons. So really great on some of those GameCube titles. And so let's see here. We'll just open up. One of the more expensive games, at least used to be, Hello Kitty Cruisers. So I remember at the time I got this game originally, it was going for around $120. I'm not sure what the current value of this game is, but here you can see it's launching up. And there we go. So now we have the ability to play Hello Kitty Cruisers without having to have any disc in the system. Right now I don't have any discs in the system. So this is really cool. I'm super happy about this. I do have several modded consoles, the Xbox 360 being one, and you can't, there's kind of no UI to get those. If you have those games on a hard drive, there's no UI to load those. But with this, everything's right on the system. Even with like the PS3, where you could kind of have everything on the system, but then there's a lot of menus you have to navigate through. This kind of gives you that out-of-the-box experience. You really don't even know that it's modified. In fact, if we get back out of here, and I'll launch the homebrew channel real quick, which is if you have a soft modded Wii, an original Wii, the menu is very similar to that. So there's a homebrew launcher for the Wii U portion, and then there's also a homebrew launcher for the VWii, which is essentially the same homebrew launcher you would have on that side. But with the Wii U portion, there's an app store and everything. So it's no longer really scanning forums for all the different homebrew apps. You can actually just launch the homebrew app store on here, install everything right onto the console. The big things that you can do is you can do loading GX2, which if you have the ISO, you just want to put ISOs on a drive, you can do that and launch it that way, kind of how you would do like the original Wii. The other option you have, made by the same developer, is the WUP installer. And what WUP is that's kind of that eShop format of games. And what happens when you install these to your hard drive, the hard drive is encrypted to your specific console. So you can't unplug that hard drive and move it to a different console. They're only playable on that console. So if you wanted to put it into another console, you'd have to reformat it and rerun the installer. The only drawback to this installer is you have to put all the files on an SD card in order to write them over. So right now here you can see I've got a few on the SD card. I've got Zombie U, the update pack for Zombie U, and Zumba Fitness, and then the update for Zumba Fitness. Nice thing about this is it'll detect the folder structure. You can hit select all, install. It'll install them all sequentially in the correct order that you need. Now, when we're talking about a game library that is consuming, almost a terabyte. You need a really large SD card, or you're going to have to do this a lot of times. So for me, I had to do it a lot of times. I have a 64 gigabyte SD card that took me quite a while to, did it in chunks to get the games over installed, but super easy to do, and the flexibility that it gives you to use the system without having to swap games. You don't have to worry about the long-term issues with disk rot. Especially with the Wii U Blu-rays, they're very sensitive, so you definitely don't have to worry about that. You get everything on the console. It's all sitting on that hard drive. You just leave the hard drive hooked up, and you can still take the gamepad, to the next room, as long as you're within that Bluetooth range, and you play the game. It's great. I love it. Definitely drop me a comment below. Let me know if you guys are using the same setup on your Wii U's, or if this is brand new to you. If you're looking for any advice or anything on how to set this up, definitely let me know. I can help you guys out on that. I've had this specific Wii U has been soft modded since 2016, 2017, somewhere in that range. And so I've definitely been using this for a long time. And I was mainly using the VWii portion, and then I was using the ISO loading for a while, but I definitely like the native feature of being able to launch the games. And in the future, again, the eShop just got shut down, so in the future, if somebody's able to kind of tweak the online play, maybe reroute through some custom servers, kind of like you can do with the Dreamcast with Phantasy Star Online, if they can get to that point, this will still allow you to play all those games online, because it's just like you inserting the disc into the system. You're really natively launching that game. It's just launching it from the hard drive versus launching it from an optical disc. So definitely drop me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about the video. Thank you for watching.